first time, 4 years, trying every single year over and over and over again. Can you say never quit? I've been struggling to grow carrots for 4 years. It's been a big struggle. It was failure after failure after failure. It just wouldn't work. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't understand what to do. And so I'm going to show you what I think is growing. And I'm going to tell you what this whole space, what I was even using it for. And I'm going to show you if we've got some carrots, because I think this is the first time this year I'm actually going to have a carrot harvest. As I was digging through, I truly was sincerely surprised to see these carrots. I've grown them before and they came out like little puny little things, but this time they were still small, but at least they were larger than they've been before. Very excited of this harvest. Baby, y'all, I think I got something to show you. Look at that. I know these babies are tiny, but I don't care because what? Oh my gosh, they smell so good. I got carrots. You don't quit. Don't quit. You keep trying. You don't give up. Don't give up because gardening can be hard and difficult sometimes. Don't give up in life on things. Sometimes you just gotta keep trying and try something else and do something different until you can get the results that you want to see. So how did this all come about this year? To be honest, I don't know. I feel like I did the same thing like I was doing every year. I want to say that I had a formula, a guide, some tips and strategies, but really honestly, I didn't do that this year. I just think what I did just seemed to work better because it was a little bit different. So when I planted the carrots, I planted it at the same time I planted my beets, turnips, and radishes in the bed, in the raised bed. And I've always planted them and sowed them directly in the raised beds. This time I sowed my carrots around radishes, turnips, and then I was trellising some beans up the trellis as well. And so when I sowed the carrots, I just sowed them in rows in between these other vegetables crops. Of course, the other vegetables like your turnips and your radishes, they grew quickly. I harvested them quickly, they'll grow quicker. And so I wasn't seeing the carrots grow. So I just thought, well, the carrots just didn't do well. All I just saw was a little sprout of the carrot. And then I did not see them, blossom up to like this. I wasn't seeing any of this green foliage. So I was just thinking, okay, there I go. I failed again. And so, but the soil, I believe, was protected and shadowed and covered by the canopy of the other vegetables and the leaves. And so when it was time for me to harvest those others, because I didn't think that I was going to have any carrots to harvest, I wasn't seeing anything. All I saw was just a little bit of the greens, but it literally was just, that's it. Or I wasn't seeing anything that much. And it just really looked like it was honestly weeds underneath. It wasn't, but it just looked like it. And when I pulled them all up, all the other veggies, I just saw some of the carrot foliage growing just a little bit, nothing big. And then now it was time for the carrots to be exposed fully 100% to the sun. And then they just started growing. Each week I just saw them getting bigger and bigger. And then I just had them keep going throughout the summer. And now we are in August, middle of August, and I'm harvesting carrots. And I never thought that I would. So what's my tip? I guess it could be growing them around other plants that will create some kind of canopy, because the carrots, you don't want the seeds to dry out. So I do know that. I didn't want the soil to dry out. So it could be that, the canopy that provided the protection, the shade, it protected it from the hot sun as it was developing. It didn't dry out. So it stayed moist and it was growing. Even though it was crowded in that area, it's like it took a pause. It took a moment, right? Sometimes in life, we are overcrowded by stuff and things, and we just have to take a pause while we're dealing with those other things in life. Okay, these are the lessons that you just can learn in the garden. Dealing with toxic situations, toxic work situations, toxic relationships, a busy lifestyle, over extenuating yourself and doing multiple tasks, and you know that you just have too much going on. sometimes you just got to get rid of the other things that are around it and then give yourself a breather, and then you can breathe. My carrots finally got a chance to breathe. Were they crowded at first? Yes. Were they protected? Yes. They had a form of protection. And, you know, I do believe that God is my protection, and he covers over me. He protects me from the climate, this crazy life that I go through each and every day. And then once he protects me, and when it's time for me to get that ray of sunshine and I've gotten rid of all the other things that are crowding me in my life, then I get a wonderful, bountiful harvest of carrots or successes. So my bountiful harvest is the success. I truly believe that through our failures, we do learn. So next year, I'm going to strategize, you know, a little bit differently. I am going to plant some other things around the carrots and provide it also just, you know, with some protection, making sure that the soil doesn't dry out. The seeds don't dry out in the soil. So I will, you know, think that through a lot more intentionally. And then the other thing is I layered the soil with a thick layer of hemp mulch. So this hemp mulch, which also when it breaks down, it feeds nitrogen into the soil. So that's really healthy for the soil. And then the soil also, I added in at the top, I added in a little bit of mixture of some compost, which I normally do anyways. And then I added in a little bit of topsoil that would help also to retain the moisture. So those are just a few different things that I did differently this year. But I hope that you could take away something in this video, and in that you enjoyed this harvest video with me, because I am grateful and I enjoyed it, and I hope there's something that you can take away. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so, because I want you to be a part of this journey with me as I learn the positivity, my failures, and all my learning moments. I believe that they are all learning moments. So subscribe to this channel, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and just remember to grow, eat, and self-care. Bye.